Hey, it's Ryan. I'm 53, and I want to share with you what I have in my kitchen. Here are 10 things, 10 foods I love to always have on stock. Now, this is the second video I'm doing on this series. I did the first one where I showed the 10 items I always have that you can mix and match. You don't have to overthink about food. Now, because it was so popular, people said, well, what else do you have? I'm going to show you 10 more things. Now, these aren't things you have to have, but I think they're going to surprise you. And you know what I love to do? I love to give. So at the end, you get a little bonus one. You're not just getting 10, you're getting 11 things. And that last one will surprise you. So let's get started. All right. So item number one, we are going to start with the proteins, especially since I love starting every meal with protein. I always build meals around protein. We are starting with this item, and it is ground beef. I always have ground beef in the refrigerator. I usually buy packs of a pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. You can make them for burgers. You could just put them in a pan, add some spices, add some eggs, and you've got a really simple dish. So I love having ground beef. I know there's going to be people in the comments who are going to say, I'm a vegan. Then you're probably not going to have ground beef. I'm just sharing with you what I have and what I like. You might like beef, you might not. Again, these are what I have. So that's item number one is ground beef. Let's go to item number two. All right, so we're up to food number two, and it is a protein. It's a seafood. I love seafood. I have it pretty much every single day. And this is one I always have in my freezer, ready to defrost and eat at any time. Can you guess what it is? You're talking shrimp. Uh, Obviously, you can get it with the tail on. You can get it baked. You can do whatever you want. I like it simple, so I like it cooked, tail off, so I could just defrost it in the fridge or under the water. But it goes well with vegetables, with rice vegetables. It goes well in a salad. You could do anything with it. So it's really good to have these on hand. Now, one thing I have not had yet, I still haven't had the nerve to try it, but I bought it. I do want to experiment with a recipe with it. It's canned shrimp. Never had it before. I just keep wanting to try it. Like, hey, I don't know. So let me know. Have you ever tried canned shrimp? So I'm going to try a recipe with it. We'll see. But I like just a regular good old frozen shrimp. And speaking of awesome stuff, let's go to number three. Okay, so we're now up to protein number three, and we're going to stick with seafood. In the first video, I talked about how I love salmon. And this is, I guess I'm kind of cheating a little bit because it's salmon, but it's a different cut of salmon. It's different than what I consider salmon, if that makes sense. It's smoked salmon, or I grew up in New York. We call this lox, like bagels and lox. And this is my soul food. I grew up with bagels and lox every Sunday morning, lox and eggs. And I love having it with eggs. And I'll have a recipe I link below where I do my famous lox and eggs. It's one of my favorite things. I've had with hard-boiled eggs as a snack. Now, it is a little pricey. You can get them at the supermarket prepackaged. You can get them at a really good Jewish deli or a bagel shop, fresh sliced. But if you haven't tried it yet, it's just amazing. I turned my wife's family onto it, and they now have it. They now make lox and eggs for Christmas. So there you go. Number three is smoked salmon. Let's go to number four. All right, so we're up to number four. We're sticking with protein, but we're going to transition to a little bit more of a portable type protein. I'm not even talking about a protein bar. I'm talking about beef sticks. Now, growing up, I was terrified of beef jerky. I would never have it. But I tried a couple of good brands a few years ago, and I really love it. This is one I've been having lately called Chomps. You can get them at Amazon. You can get them at any store. Find the brand you like. Just pay attention to the sodium because some of them are really high in the sodium. And try to get as best you can, the grass-fed, all that kind of stuff. These are only 100 calories each, so it takes the edge off. So I always have these in my pantry. So now let's go to five. We're going to stick with proteins. All right, so this one, again, is more of a snack. It's not necessarily a meal, but if you're a little bit hungry, instead of reaching for a candy bar, cheese sticks. Yes, good old cheese sticks. Got some protein, some calcium. You can get the old school cheese sticks. You can get little blocks of cheese. Again, just pay attention to the calories. You probably don't want to have 9 or 10. It's fitting. Again, not judging. If you want to have 9 or 10, you do you. But I'll have one. Sometimes I'll have a cheese stick or I'll have a beef stick. I find it's a really good snack to have in a pinch. So there you go. Number five is beef stick. And can you believe it? We're halfway there. So now we're halfway there. If you're liking this video and liking the stuff I'm doing, can you just do me a favor? Just click subscribe. It takes 1 second. That's it. Just press subscribe and you won't miss any of my videos. And the second thing, I got a little bonus for you. My one-page grocery swap sheet takes you to the supermarket. It features a lot of the type of stuff that I have here in my kitchen in these videos. It's free. You can do the link below or the QR code if you're watching on TV. Watching me on TV is kind of scary, but you can click the QR code and you'll get it. All right, enough of me yapping. Let's go to number six. Okay, so number six is something I started eating about 8-9 months ago. I've been gluten-free for a while, and I used to love sandwiches, so I discovered these wraps. They're egg white wraps. They're not a sponsor. They probably should be because I talk about them so much. Some people have tried them and they love them. Some people have tried them. Look, I'll be honest. It doesn't taste as good as a piece of like sourdough bread, in my opinion. But if you're looking for a sandwich type feel without the gluten and all the carbs, it's made from egg whites. So I like it. So I'll have salmon on there or tuna, egg salad or chicken salad. So I like having these. I always have 3 or 4 packs in the fridge. So that's on my list. Again, I'm just sharing what I have in my kitchen. Trader Joe's has versions as well. And I heard they even have different flavors. So I'm going to try those. So let's go to number 7. So item number 7 is something I've been using more and more lately. I mix it with tuna, with eggs, with chicken. Can have it with chips. Yes, we're talking guacamole. Of course, you could take an avocado and scoop it and make it fresh. But who has time? I get it from the supermarket fresh. I've been mixing it with tuna, with chicken, and even with eggs. So, and what's nice is you can get them mild, you can get them spicy. You just have to pay attention to the calories because it is high in calories. So if you do like 15 scoops, it might be more than you wanted. But I love guac. It's always in my fridge now. But remember, if you don't use it in a few days, it does turn brown pretty quickly. So pay attention before we start scooping up brown guac. All right, let's go to the next one. So item number 8 is something I like to have with my meals. Sometimes I'll even have it for breakfast on its own. And we're going to call this big category melons. There's watermelon, there's honeydew, there's cantaloupe. What I often like to do is buy a package like this where they're already cut up and it's different things. There's cantaloupe, there's honeydew, there's watermelon, it's all in one. So I'll have a couple of pieces of each. And I find it just goes really well with some of these simple meals. And it's delicious and it's good for you. And I'm a big fan of these. So there you go. The melons, let's go to the number 9. So number 9, we're talking veggies, but I love this vegetable because it's really versatile. You can see a theme here. I love foods that have versatility, that have many purposes. And this one, cucumbers. You could chop them up and add them to a salad. You could add them to things like tuna salad or chicken salad to give that crunch. You can cut them the long way, and it serves as a little boat for all of your meals as well. So cucumbers are good. They're good for you. They taste great. I love cucumbers. There's something I always have on stock, cucumbers. Now, let's go to number 10. So number 10, my world famous snacky snacks. Some people like when I say it. Some people unsubscribe and never see me again after I say that word. But it's something we say in our house. Look, I like to eat well 90% of the time, but I don't obsess over everything. Sometimes you can treat yourself to some things. So I like to have sometimes a little bit of a salty crunch, either with my meal or as a snack. But if you're going to have that stuff, maybe you could find things that are a little bit healthier versions. So for example, again, not sponsored, I'm just showing things that I actually took from my pantry. If you're going to have chips instead of stuff with the seed oils and all that stuff, get them. These potato chips have avocado oil and they taste really good. I am not going to make you feel badly if you have potato chips with seed oils. And I'm not giving health lectures and saying if you have a seed oil, you're going to grow a third arm. You do the research, do what's right for you. I'm telling you what I have. So I like these kind of chips. And a new thing, which is probably my all-time favorite snack now. I love popcorn, and these things, lesser evil popcorn, is incredible. So I'll have this often on the side with a meal if I want a little bit of a crunch, or at night if I'm watching a movie or a show. This is my popcorn instead of the microwave and the stuff with a lot of the artificial things. Just tastes really good, and it tastes lighter as well. So those are my snacks. That's number 10. But as I promised you, we're going to do a little bit of bonus. So let's do a bonus item, number 11. Now, number 11 is something I always have around in the house. I add it to smoothies, to drinks, just protein powder. I usually have a vanilla and a chocolate just for a little bit of variety. Now, as I said previously, you have to do your own research because some of these taste really good, but then they'll have some artificial flavors like sucralose. Look, I believe everything in moderation, including moderation. So there are some things like this one, if you want to go crazy with it, right? This one's called Ghost. This is a Nutter Butter flavored protein powder. And I grew up with Nutter Butter cookies. I would eat a dozen at a time when I was a kid. So if you want a protein drink that tastes like the old school Nutter Butter, something like this, again, use your own discretion. Am I going to have this every single day? No, but if I want to add it to a smoothie that tastes like a peanut butter kind of thing, then I'll give it a shot. And if you're interested in having me do more smoothies, just let me know. Say more smoothies and I'll do more of these. And speaking of doing more recipes, I will see you on the next recipe. But don't forget to subscribe first. Subscribe first, then I'll see you on the next recipe. Actually, get the one-page grocery sheet, then subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next video.